okay, what the hell are the Miami Heat doing? I can't sit here and act like this offseason isn't a disaster. After passing up on trade targets like Christian Wood or Jerry Grant that would have fit perfectly next to Bam, whose trade price was very, very low, I had the optimism that Miami Heat were trying to save all their assets, including picks, to try and go after a true superstar like a Bradley Beal, like a Kevin Durant, like a Donovan Mitchell, or maybe even try to shoot for Kyrie since he has some of the lower asking price in the league. But with Bradley Beal signing an extension with a no trade clause, Donovan Mitchell let me know that he's probably going to be being stayed put in Utah. Kevin Durant, the Brooklyn Nets are asking for an arm and a leg for him, so you're definitely not in the front running to get him. It is just mind-numbing to me what our angle is here. Before I get started, hi, I'm Afabdi. I'm making basketball content for a while now. I'm actually a big Miami Heat fan, as you can tell by a lot of the videos on this channel. And I've just been making a lot of basketball content and it's really been catching on lately. So if you enjoy basketball and you need a fix over the next couple months, or even just basketball and loans going around the league and talking about certain teams, including the Heat, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, join the gang. I'd love to have you here. Right now, our only move so far has been losing PJ Tucker and bringing back the guys we had last year in Caleb and Victor Oladipo. Now, while I do love that we brought those guys back, and right now I'm still a believer in Tyler's development, right now we're in a win now mode, and we don't know what level Tyler's going to develop to yet. He may be another 2 years before he's at the peak of what he can be to help us win a championship, but that is not enough right now since Jimmy Butler is getting up in age. Kyle Lowry only have one more full season of, I think, of him being semi-productive. This team just needs to make a move to win now. And I understand that if you can't find a free agent here, you may have to wait until next trade deadline to find somebody. But as of right now, you'd at least, with some of the lower trade targets, you at least try to bring somebody in now. At least somebody like a Jerry Grant when he was available. Because right now, we're going back next season with the same issues. We have three-point shooting that may be able to be consistent at least somewhat throughout the regular season, and even then I wouldn't even say that because we had some up and down months. When it came to the playoffs, that shooting disappeared. We don't have that many half-court scorers outside of Jimmy and Tyler a little bit, unless the Victor somehow goes back to his 2018 version of himself. And for PJ Tucker, somebody who we loved on this team that was absolutely great next to Bam, we lost him in free agency. And while I understand that you don't want to pay a 37-year-old $33 million, I completely understand that. But what's the point of sitting here and waiting? Are we waiting for Bradley Beal to get fed up and make us his only trade partner? Are we waiting for Donovan Mitchell to get fed up? Are we waiting for the Brooklyn Nets to somehow just lower their standards for us to pick up Kevin Durant? Like, what the hell is going on here? And I understand that people want to trust Pat Riley and is very rarely let us down. But at this point, if your goal here is that if we can't find somebody free agency, we wait for somebody to get disgruntled and ask for a trade at the trade deadline, cool. Look at that. We get somebody that's good on this team. We don't have the chemistry like we needed to. And then if we get knocked out of the playoffs, then we have to wait until 2024 to actually make a run at a championship. By then, not only would Jimmy be 34, Kyle Lowry would be at the last day of his contract and most likely not productive anymore. It's just a lot of problems here. This team has a core that is very much set in win now, and we need somebody to help them win now. We were one 3-point shot away from the NBA Finals, and then the finals that I think we'd have put up a very good fight in. If not, we probably could have had a good chance of winning. But at this point, we truly need to see what this team's angle is. So at this point, free agency has just been a huge disaster. We're just going to keep going days and days without signing anybody new to help this team. And while the chemistry may be great, while we may make the playoffs as a top 5 seed, right now it's just not looking great. And a top 5 season isn't guaranteed. Hell, we could have even tried for DeJounte Murray at this point. That would have been extremely good for this team, with his asking price not being crazy outside of the 3 picks that we still probably could have offered. But as of right now, with this team and the way the East is looking right now, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving may be back in Brooklyn next year. So even with those two together, you can at least expect them to win a couple games. So unless Kyrie gets traded, and even then, I think Kevin Durant is still enough to win those teams a couple games with Ben Simmons there. The Atlanta Hawks made a trade for DeJounte Murray, now has an extremely good backcourt, and the trapping thing that we did Trae Young won't work anymore. Not to mention that they're still looking to move somebody probably like John Collins to get even better up front. You have the Indiana Pacers out there making moves to join Tyrese Halliburton and DeAndre Ayton probably soon. You have James Harden out here about to take less money for the 76ers so they have more space to bring in players to help them win a championship. You have the New York Knicks that signed Jalen freaking Brunson. I'm not naming all these teams because they're better than Miami now, but I'm saying these teams are actively making moves to push themselves higher in the standings while we've been so stagnant. We need to do something. And right now, with the way the season is looking, we may be a little bit over 500 at the trade deadline next year, probably even higher. I'm not going to say this team gets dropped out that hard, but honestly, we really need to make a move to get up to the upper echelons again. We're not getting that first seed again if this is our roster. Boston just got Malcolm Brogdon. They got extremely better if he's able to stay healthy. The Milwaukee Bucks are running it back with Chris Middleton back. Again, NBA champions when he was healthy and probably would have won another ring this year if he was healthy. Philadelphia, James Harden is taking a backseat and taking less money. Toronto, their young core is already growing. The Brooklyn Nets, they bring Ben Simmons next year. I don't care what you say about Ben Simmons. That's still a all-NBA player and a all-NBA defender on that roster with some good passing chops and really good in transition. Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be healthy again. The Atlanta Hawks brought in DeJounte Murray. New York Knicks have Jalen Brunson. Indiana probably about to get DeAndre Ayton. It's just a different look in the East. You're going to have a lot of different challenges each night in, each night out. And simply this roster is just not going to cut it. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This is FIB. That's my time. And I'm out.